Two.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Anata podcast. This is episode 9. It's a little different today. We got Vaughn Hill on here. So welcome, Vaughn, and maybe I'll give you time for a quick introduction.
Thanks, Gabe. Yeah, Vaughn, I've been working with Anata for a little over a couple of years now. My background is in accounting, but I really love just the economics of selling stuff on Amazon. That's a little bit what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, 100%. Thanks, Vaughn. If it's okay with you, I would love to just jump straight in. There's a few questions I have for you within what we're going to talk about. So one of the questions I had written down is just when you're going to start selling on Amazon, if you were to start selling on Amazon from scratch today, like how would you actually find the right product to sell?
Awesome. Yeah, that's probably the very first question to kind of ask yourself. And some of the things I usually use is you'll if you're going to get serious about selling like white label products, you're going to want to pay for some kind of app. I personally like Keepa. I wonder if I should share my screen here, but Keepa.com is one of my favorites, and because just the amount of data you can pull out of Keepa,
Yeah.
filter it by hundreds of different types of filters. Another benefit of using like one of these apps, there's other ones like Helium 10, Seller Scout, Jungle Scout. And what these apps do is let you basically search keywords or even type ASINs of products you like, and it tells you how those products are ranking, their average sales volume, things like that. So my first bit of advice, like if you're going to get serious about it, maybe find an app. But let me also suggest a little bit, if you don't want to pay for an app and you want to get started, is that using Amazon itself. So literally everything's on Amazon. You can start with any sort of category of product. Every category is saturated, so you just kind of got to commit to one and go for it. So the way you can use Amazon itself is just go ahead and get to Amazon.com, type the keywords that you think would apply to the product you're thinking about right in the search bar, and just start looking at the top results on that first page or two. As everyone knows, it'll tell you the amount of units sold in the past 30 days. And that should give you a good idea of like how much demand there is for that product. You can also see everyone's sales price on that first page or two. Then you'll have like a sales price, and then you start to go to like your manufacturer and try to see how much it's going to be to actually get these made. So yeah, first step one is like figure out what tool you're going to use. Yeah. Once you know what you're going to sell, the next step is really just all about the margins. Like I said, everything's competitive and saturated on Amazon, so it's all about getting the best quality product with the best looking brand, but at the right price.
Yeah, 100%. And that's actually something we're going to go into next is like our margin and viability. I think this is like where most people fail. So what does a product need to look like financially for it to actually be worth launching today?
Yeah. Another mistake that you see a lot of people make when they're new is getting into a product that already has so much competition that's just racing to the bottom on price. So if you're new, try and avoid any product that's below like the $20 retail mark, because you're only going to be making about $5 per sale at that point. And so I would recommend starting out, try and pick something in like the $20 to $30 sales price range. Another tool, again, tools are going to be everything here. And another tool that's like widely available, just a quick internet search. You'll search for an Amazon profit calculator. And we use this all the time. We're even developing our own for our own website at Anata. But even Amazon itself is like the top result when you search for a profit calculator. So just get on one of those Amazon profit calculators. And if you found like a competitor's product, you can even put their ASIN or their SKU right into that profit calculator, and it'll tell you their best estimate at how profitable they think that product is. And the data that these calculators show you is the fulfillment fees from Amazon FBA, and just the standard fees for selling on Amazon, as well as like the average storage fee. So if you buy like 100, 200 units for your first order, and you see that this product's only selling like 50 units a month, you're going to have to account for about 50 products of storage for those months. So look at that storage cost on FBA when you're using the calculator. There's all kind of fees that you don't want to neglect. So storage, shipping, and then typically Amazon takes around 14% as a standard, just selling on the marketplace sort of fee. So yeah,
Sweet.
Google, again, is the number one thing I recommend when researching storage.
Yeah, for sure. No, those are super helpful. We can transition to like common mistakes that you've seen. Like, what are some of the biggest mistakes you see from starting on Amazon, starting from scratch? Or what have you seen like people make when even like choosing a product to sell on Amazon? Like, what are just like the most common mistakes that you've seen?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, one that I already mentioned. Again, if the price is too low, don't even try it. Maybe if you're an expert, you can figure out a way to make it viable for your business, but don't go for any product that's below $20. It's just too hard. Not too long ago, maybe 5+ years ago, you could get away with competing at the lower level, but now it's just too saturated. You can't get enough sales to cover your costs. Another one is just trying to copy other sellers. If you copy too closely, you're going to get account violations. They can easily come after you for for copying their product. They probably have a trademark on it. That's another important point. If you're new to Amazon selling, but you want to get serious about it, you should really look into filing for a trademark for your brand. Amazon has a brand registry, and if you can get a trademark registered for your brand and submit that to Amazon in the brand registry, you're going to have so much more control over your listings. And when people try and copy your listings, you'll have some legal power there to say, hey, I've trademarked this brand, and this listing right here is just infringing on my trademark. So yeah, don't make the mistake of trying to copy other brands who've probably been doing this much longer and probably have a trademark.
Yeah, no, 100%. All right, last question for you, Vaughn. Talk about like timing and execution. Like, once you've picked that product, what actually takes the longest, or what slows people down from like just getting it live? What's the longest part of that whole setup?
Yeah. On the flip side, some of the quickest things these days is getting your listing created and getting it live, getting it manufactured. We have so much tools available to us, like free overseas freelancers. Whether you use Upwork or Fiverr, you can find so many designers who have done this, have tons of experience in designing good Amazon listings. They can make your listing within a day. Same with talking to manufacturers. Most people use Alibaba. There are other sources, but you can get an order ready within 24 hours. So those are the things that you shouldn't stress about. It will be easy These these manufacturers and these designers, they do this hundreds of times a week. So those things can be done quickly. Where people mess up is forgetting about shipping. Um, Most likely, you're gonna be ordering your stuff from China, and it'll be delivered on a boat. Um, Air shipping these days has just gone astronomically high. So you're looking at probably 30 to 60 days for ocean shipping at this point. And that really comes into play when your product's new and you're trying to kind of gauge how much supply you need. That's where there's always hiccups in the supply versus demand, because like I said, you're waiting on 30 days of supply, but you don't want to place a too big of an initial order. So always factor in a month or two of shipping when you're ordering from China. And then the other biggest roadblock is always going to be Amazon compliance itself. Whether it's like account health issues or just the red tape that Amazon makes you go through to register your brand, make sure your listing is compliant. Those are the things that can take months. Anytime you've got to open a case with seller support, it's not going to go quickly. They're slow, can be slow to respond. So that's where another place you might be able to get some help from overseas reps who have done this many times. Just add them to your account, and they can handle these seller support cases for you. But logistics is a big one.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's been pretty cool to see, especially like for me on the account manager side. Yeah, some of these issues and just ways that we've talked to even our clients about how we can prepare, even when they're getting their listings up. Like you mentioned, the compliance issues with on Amazon, making sure they have the documents they need even beforehand. So yeah, no, thank you, Vaughn, so much for jumping on with me. Want to give a huge plug to Vaughn and Anata. We're all about and our professionals in Amazon one-on-one or 101. And so yeah, to all our listeners, like Amazon is one of the biggest opportunities for sellers today. But it's only if you get the fundamentals right, and that kind of all starts with the product. So awesome. Thank you, Vaughn. And then again, to our sellers, please listen, like, comment, share, and we will catch you on the next one.